All right, team. We have a patient with symptoms of esophagitis, inclusion body myositis, and myopericarditis. What do you think is the diagnosis here?
Based on those symptoms, I would say it could be either a systemic issue or even an autoimmune disorder.
I'm leaning towards a musculoskeletal problem, possibly related to the inclusion body myositis.
I agree with Leslie. The muscle involvement seems prominent in this case.
I think it might be more of a cardiac issue, given the myopericarditis symptom. We need to consider the heart as a primary focus. Enough. This is mycoloplasia. We need to act fast and perform a cholecystectomy.
But Dr. Hawks, that's a risky procedure. Are you sure that's the right call?
I don't give a damn about the risks. We need to save this patient's life. Now, all of you scrub in and let's get to work. Tracy, I need to talk to you about my patient. I strongly believe they have mycoloplasia, and I want to perform a cholecystectomy on them.
Hold on, Hawks. Are you sure about this? Cholecystectomy is a serious procedure, especially if your diagnosis is wrong.
I've been a surgeon for years, Tracy. I know what I'm doing. Trust me on this.
I understand your confidence, Hawks, but let's not forget your track record. You've been wrong before, and we can't afford any mistakes.
How dare you question my experience? I know what's best for my patient, and I won't stand for this doubt.
Hawks, I'm not trying to undermine you. I just want to make sure we consider all options before making a decision that could impact someone's life. Let's review the case together.
Leslie, I just checked on the patient, and it looks like they're in critical condition.
Oh no, that's not good. What do you think we should do?
I think we need to come clean with Hawks. The cholecystectomy was not the correct treatment for mycoloplasia. We need to tell him the truth.
Are you sure that's the best approach? I mean, maybe we can still try to stabilize the patient first before involving Hawks.
Leslie, this is serious. We made a mistake and we need to own up to it. The patient's life is at stake here.
I understand, but I just don't want the focus to be on who's to blame. I'm more concerned about doing everything we can to save the patient.
I get where you're coming from, but we can't ignore the fact that the wrong procedure was done. Hawks needs to know the truth so he can make informed decisions moving forward.
Okay, I trust your judgment. Let's go talk to Hawks and figure out the best way to handle this delicate situation.
You incompetent fools. You nearly killed the patient by choosing the wrong cholecystectomy and misdiagnosing the condition.
But we all agreed on that approach, Hawks. It's not just on us.
Maybe we should have considered a different approach, but it's not like we wanted this to happen.
I still believe our initial diagnosis was correct. There must have been some complication we overlooked.
No point in playing the blame game now. We need to focus on what's next for the patient. You're all a disgrace to this profession. I can't believe I have to work with such incompetence. Figure it out on your own because I'm done here.
We can't just let him go like that. We need to come together and find a solution.
He's right. Let's put our heads together and make sure we don't make the same mistake twice.
So, Johnson, how's everything going with your family? Any plans for the weekend?
Oh, the usual. Kids have soccer games. Wife's been busy with work. Just try and keep up with it all.
I see. Sounds busy.
Speaking of which, I think I've cracked the case of Mrs. Smith. It all makes sense now.
Wait, what? You figured it out just like that?
Yes, it was right in front of me the whole time. I need to go check on her right away.
Sorry. Sorry, Johnson. Catch you later.
Sorry for the interruption, but we have a critical situation here.
Hawks, where's your protective gear? You can't just barge in like this.
This is extremely unprofessional, Hawks. You're putting everyone at risk.
What are you doing here, Hawks? And what's all this about mycoloplasia? Forget about mycoloplasia. That was a mistake. It's citizen versus...
Citizen versus? What's the prognosis?
Yeah, Hawks. What's the outlook for someone with situs inversus?
The prognosis for situs inversus is surprisingly good, given proper management. We need to act fast. Tracy, I finally cracked the case. The patient had an extremely rare condition that was the root cause of all their symptoms.
That's fantastic, Hawks. Great job on finding the right diagnosis.
If only I didn't have to deal with such incompetent doctors, this whole mess could have been avoided.
What do you mean by that, Hawks? You were the one who initially diagnosed the patient incorrectly.
Well, my diagnostics team should have caught that mistake sooner.
Hawks, you can't just shift the blame onto your team when you were the one who made the wrong call. Own up to your mistakes.
Size fine, but I will address this with my team. Excuse me, Tracy.